Our new song is available for pre-order at getcominghome.com. Check it out. Download iTunes to pre-order and support our work. So to this story, this is over the weekend. Trump says he doesn't see himself running in 2028 if he loses in November. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you love Donald Trump, he's got to win because otherwise he's going to go on his yacht, go to the Mediterranean, and he's going to just relax for the rest of his days.
So I know Trump said this, but I believe it's fake news. I believe if Trump loses, he will run again.
82-year-old Donald Trump.
Yeah, it'll be about Joe Biden's age currently.
I don't think he will again.
Give or take.
Nah, look.
It's his for the taking, however.
Trump's a spry 78, but he's not. It's exponential decline when you're getting older.
Do you believe if he wants it, the Republican electorate would pick him? No. Or you think somebody else would?
I think by 2028, if Trump loses again, there's no way he's winning the primary in 2028.
I think there is a cult of personality around Trump, and if he wanted it, he could easily have it, and nobody else could challenge him. It'll be a similar primary to the way it was this time, if it happens. It's all up to him. I don't think Trump's ego...
It would be contentious, but Trump, I believe, would not win.
I don't think Trump's... From what I know and understand about Trump, I just don't see it, but time will tell.
Do you think that if Nikki Haley was the Republican nominee right now, she'd be leading in the polls dramatically?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yes. Only because she's a more so-called moderate candidate, and in a general, you want a more moderate candidate.
What if Ron DeSantis won the primary? Do you think he'd be leading Kamala?
Also, yes.
I don't know.
In a general election,
I think they would have pulled Biden if it was DeSantis.
Ron was stable, but very uncharismatic.
He's young, though, and energetic, and I think that was... he also was one of the only Republicans in the midterms to overperform in his state, so Florida was one of the rare bright spots for the midterm. A young moderate. It's always difficult to get out of the primary. You know, you're running a different race in the primary than you are in the general election.
The reality is we had the conversation about age now. Like, we have polled Americans far and wide about how they feel about age. And Joe Biden, you know, Trump, I think seems like a very healthy 78-year-old. But if he were to run in 2028, he would be older than Biden is now. And despite the personality and despite the devoutness of a lot of his followers, I think 4 years from now, that would not be enough to overcome that. And I also think Trump is a businessman, and there's a certain level of like, you don't keep just starting failed businesses. That would be his fourth time running. And I think there is a level of, he can have more influence if he stays out of that race and hosts fundraisers and talks to whoever he wants to and endorses candidates. Even though right now his endorsements aren't 100% successful, I think if he wants to stay in the political field in 2028, he'd have more influence from the outside than on the inside, largely because we talked about age. I also think it is smart to, like, I'll acknowledge, you know, there's a chance that maybe he is like, just kidding, I'm doing it. But I think it is good to tell your followers, if they are that devoted to you, like, it is now or never. If you want another Trump presidency, you have to go to the polls in November.
Well, that's why he has to say this regardless.
And he should say it stronger.
Yeah.
Because this was kind of passive. He was just simply asked, during an interview, he was asked, you know, will you run again? He says, no, I think that will be it. I don't see it. I don't see that at all. He was talking with Cheryl Atkinson. Hopefully we're going to be successful. It would be easier if I did it contiguous, he said, launching his 2024 bid after losing 2020 race to Biden. Asked what positions Elon Musk, Gabbard, and Kennedy would hold for a potential second Trump administration. He said, RFK would do great on health and on the environment. Gabbard is a common sense person, national security, by the way. And on Musk, he said, Elon is Elon, noting the tech giant probably has a couple other things to do and applauding him as a big cost cutter. He's going to run the Department of Governmental Efficiency, Doge, as it were. But I think Trump should be really strong on this messaging. He should come out and say at his rallies, you know, this is the big one. If you're a Trump fan, if you want to see the work get done, this is it. You have to do everything you can. I actually think that Trump going out and saying it's the end of this country is less motivating for his diehard fans than this is my last chance to serve all of you as your president. You will not see me again in 2028. Let's be real. I'll be 82, but I can serve until then. If you choose me, that's going to motivate the Trump diehards masterfully.
I'm seeing some reporting that he also said this in 2020, but
he wouldn't run in 2024.
He wouldn't run in 2024, yeah.
I mean, but 82, he ain't running.
No, there's no way. I mean, there's already been an age discussion now. As soon as Joe Biden got off of the ticket and they put in Kamala Harris, all of a sudden age was an issue. And they're like, oh, well, Donald Trump is way too old. Like, Kamala Harris is young woman. We need to elect her. And so I don't foresee in 2028 him being able to run and the left not using that to their advantage even.
But do you think it's for the taking, though? Like, if he wanted it, he could be
in 2028. I do not think he can win a primary.
For the taking. Wow.
Look, already in 23, in early 23 and 22, Ron DeSantis was leading all the prediction markets to win. The problem was when Ron DeSantis stepped up to the plate, he just let off a big fart,
crumbled,
figuratively.
Yeah.
You know, his campaign launch on X was, I'm going to lead the great American comeback. And everyone's like, well, that was uninspiring. What happened? Here's this guy who led Florida so well. And when he steps to the microphone, he goes, hi, I'm going to lead the great American comeback. And they're just like,
It made me wonder who was on his campaign staff. Like, I can understand why you wanted to use X as a platform.
Well, they attacked. They attacked all their allies. It was insane. This is a message too for all the Trump diehards because they're like, "Oh, Tim's talking about this again." Yeah, because Ron DeSantis had these super annoying surrogates who literally went on X and figuratively just dumped all over the floor for no reason. All of a sudden, the DeSantis campaign started attacking me, and I'm like, "Why is Christina Pushaw attacking me? I didn't say anything about her." I'm like, she just decided one day, you know what? I want Ron to lose. And then I argued, I think she must be a secret Trump operative because she's sabotaging Ron DeSantis. He actually was, in the beginning, had a great chance. He was 2-1 over Trump. And then you watch him go down and Trump pick up. And then you have these diehard DeSantis guys who just literally were vicious and insulting and super annoying. And it was just like, dude, get away from me. You guys suck. I don't think DeSantis could have won based on his performance being so miserable, his inability to lead a team. You know, Nikki Haley probably, I think right now might be doing better than Ron DeSantis was, but I don't think Nikki Haley mustered up the support that Trump could generate. And I think the problem is too many of the MAGA individuals would not vote for Nikki Haley. Donald Trump has the MAGA base. These are populist, right-leaning individuals with a libertarian overlap. You can see that in the Mises Caucus. Nikki Haley has neocons. If she were to win, I think you lose way too many MAGA people saying they refuse to vote, and then Kamala wins. I think Trump still was the best bet. I think in 2028, there's no way Donald Trump, if he tried to run, would actually win again. But that being said, I don't know who the contenders are going to be. I mean, Vivek Ramaswamy, maybe?
Probably more of the same. Probably a Nikki Haley again. Probably another DeSantis.
I mean, Vivek is the smartest guy in politics right now. And I don't just mean his understanding of the issues. He understands people very well, and he knows how to communicate. That dude is fantastic. I'm a big fan. I'd like to see him do more.
In 2028, I don't think the MAGA base would be big enough and have the same energy that we have right now to actually win an election in 2028. That's the only reason why I don't think Trump would be a good pick for the GOP or for the Republican Party to platform in the next election. I do think it's time for somebody else. Like, imagine like Vivek being up against Kamala. Like, if Kamala is able to run again, is she able to run again?
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, like in the event, you know, if she wins, she runs again in 2028. I 100% think putting someone like Vivek would be a way better chance of the Republican Party being able to win. You have someone who's just, I think, at a more equal stature of age, and Vivek could out-debate Kamala any day.
And the question of what does the MAGA base do for 4 years? If we get another 4 years of Democratic presidency, I mean, they are going to continue to do something. And I think the reality is probably they would become divided on their issues. I mean, movements have momentum, but they are not always. It's difficult for them to last multiple decades. Trump has basically been running for a decade,
especially the last 4 years. I think right now we are the most unified we've ever seen, especially after the RFK endorsement, because we finally have those center of the aisle, the moderates, the libertarians who are finally supporting. Like, okay, you know what? I hate Kamala Harris. I will vote for Donald Trump because of RFK, because of what Vivek said, because of what Elon said, and all of these people are historically voting Democrat people. And so now that they're coming out and saying that, you know, I truly think that RFK was a huge unifying moment, especially with this election. And there's never going to be another election like this.
I think Trump knows that too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think you have to know when to walk away. And I think it would make sense if he were like, I'm 82 years old. I'm going to walk away now and serve my country in a different way.
I don't understand how Trump keeps doing this. I'm not kidding. Like, I could not imagine being 78 and just being like, I'm going to keep working the hardest possible thing you can imaginably do.
While people are trying to kill me.
Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, dude, I'm at 50, I'm going to be like on some island somewhere fishing and just being like, I'm tired, man, you know? Trump is a machine.
Especially all his kids and his grandkids.
He does it for us.
I'm willing to bet that if Trump got his testosterone levels checked, it's going to be like 1,000, like some ridiculous number. He's an old man. It shouldn't be that high, but something's wrong with him. He should be sitting down with a big old belly on a beach as an old man enjoying his retirement. But instead, he's working as hard as he possibly can for a man his age, especially to try and be the president. And they tried to kill him twice in 2 months. And he's like, my resolve has not faltered. And it's just like, geez, dude.
Keeps going.
Whatever's in those Trump genes.
He sleeps like 5-6 hours, maybe a night. Like he never sleeps. He's constantly on the go.
Did you know that Sam Elliott was the voice of the
Yes.
Lincoln Pride? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's hilarious.
Who is that?
The
What?
cowboy guy. He's in all those movies.
He's in all movies, but in my like major modern memory of him is when he was sort of like a weird crunchy granola hippie on Parks and Rec. Do you remember that? I don't know if you guys seen that show. Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe and we'll see you all there.